Welcome back to Air and Water Cooled Research and Development. Thank you for viewing into our channel. We got an update on the Super 1600 build that we're doing. A viewer emailed in and asked if I wanted any of his old air-cooled parts, engine parts, and I asked, he told me about the heads, and I asked him what other engine parts he had that he's trying to get rid of. And when I got there, we came up with an engine stand, some jacks, 4 engine blocks, cases, and different sizes and dimensions, and we got 4 cranks in different variations, a couple of sets of rods, 1 racing cam, and we got a couple of flywheels that are that came from him. So I'd like to say thank you to him for emailing in and helping us on the progress of our engine build. Also, I was looking through the ads on thesamba.com, and I called this seller that was selling his carburetors, his IDAs, 48 IDAs, and he said that he had it on a running engine, that the person that was buying his engine didn't want the carburetors, he wanted to go to electronic fuel injection, so he took them off. So I think I got a pretty good deal. They all are running in good working order. Of course, I'm going to have them cleaned up and redone, and so that's for the engine build too. So some more progress being done on the engine build. Okay, and now more details about the parts that we got, more details about the cranks. We got right here looks like a CB Performance cast crank. I believe it's an 82 from the stamps that's on it the gentleman told me about. 82, and there's no markings here, so it looks like it's standard. A lot of people don't like using cast cranks, but we're gonna try it on this channel. Trial and error, research and development. And then this one is a stock crank with no counterweights, and you hit it on the ground and let it ring, and if it rings like a church bell, then you know there's no cracks involved in this one. So hopefully this one is a good solid crank to build on. I'm going to have all these engine parts go to the machine shop and get worked on. And this one, it's got 2 dots. I don't know if that's 1010 over or if it's standard, but the machine shop will tell us. And then we got some racing rods that he got us. They've been highly modified and lightened. We got stock rods here. We got some shims. We got a angle FK 89 cam that's he said it was freshly built, newly built in one of his engines. He wanted to go bigger, so he put a bigger crank in an 82. From 82 he went to 86, so he's got all the lifters to go with it. And then here's another crank. It's a 69 counterweighted crank. I think went with these rods. It's got all the sensors, so you can't really ring it. But he says this one is also good, and it's got 2 markings here, so it's looks like it's 1010 over. Looks to be pretty good, so we're going to send that to the machine shop too. And then finally we got another one that's this one's counterweighted, and it's been opened up to 82 millimeters. It says rods are standard, and 10 over on the crank. And we got some HP rods that are 5.5 Volkswagen width and length. So we're gonna have the machine shop look at this and make sure that everything checks out on this one too. So that way we can start with a good build. I was trying to get an engine built by someone in Southern California, and all the engine builders that I inquired within, I told them my plans about building a 1600 and then having a test on the all my heads and then open it up and rebuilding. And every time they wanted to open it up, they wanted to charge me for a total rebuild. So my friend said it's better for me to do it myself, or not better, but I guess cheaper, since we're barely have enough money to do what we're doing now. So this is a good starting point, I believe, for the engine build. So I'm gonna have all this stuff sent out to the machine shop, have it all checked out, have everything checked out, and then we're gonna go from there. And I'm gonna try and build one at a time, and you're gonna see the progress on the channel of hopefully one of these 4 cases is a good 1600 candidate to build on. And then because I got this crank, hopefully it's a good solid starting point. I have to get some pistons and cylinders, but for now I believe that that this was a good starting point. And now let's go back to the parts. We got I got 2 flywheels from him, pressure plate, 4 puck. That's pretty good, but he had this one resurfaced and then never put the engine back in his dune buggy that he was building, and so that's why it still looks brand new on the inside. But I want to show you the difference between high performance modifications and stock flywheel modifications. As you can tell, this one has 8 dowels, opened up for 8 dowels, and this one's got the stock 4 dowels. And if you flip them around, on the back side, you can see how much material has been lightened and removed on this one. And right here you can see, if you can see the holes, this is where the material been milled down to, and this is where it's stock. So this is how much material has been taken off. You can tell that the flywheel, the gears, how much. And so the weight, I don't know exactly how the weight that they are now, but hopefully this is still usable. And then this one I can also get used too. Now let's talk about some cases. Let's talk about the cases we got. On this first case, I don't know the bearing sizes yet, because they'll have to be machined and hopefully not too modified. But on this one, it looks like it's got some writing on top. It says that the 1600 case came from Remco. It's got Remco case savers in it, which is an upgrade back in the day. It's got dual oil, and it has something on here I can't really tell anymore, but hopefully it's a good usable standard stock case for us to build. Everything's stock. It looks like it's all complete. And this one looks like pretty good to go once it gets checked out by the machine shop. This one, somebody, as you can tell, somebody modified this one. This is what it looks like factory. This is for the number 3 pistons and cylinders. And when you bore them open, it gets really thin. So sometimes it cracks through. So somebody welded this up. So maybe there's a couple of markings, but it's all dirty. So hopefully it's still good. Looks like they got case savers in here too. Another AS41 case. Stock in the front. And looks like there's no stamps or markings on the top to indicate that it's been machined. But you can see that it hasn't been used for looks like a couple of decades worth of grime out there. So hopefully it's a stock case that's still usable. Hopefully it's stock open. It looks like a stock opening on that case. And then this case is the one that he was using that he decided to go bigger. He said it was like a 2276 and he wanted to go 2387. And so we got an aluminum case, so a new one. So this one, he says, it's got all the shuffle pins. It's been opened up on the inside. Opened up for bigger strokes, bigger crank to fit in. It's got tap for full flow, opened up pistons and cylinders, and this one's a Mexican AS41. And hopefully, I'm assuming it's got sand seal in there, right here, cut for sand seal. And hopefully it's still a usable case, because he just said he needed it to go bigger on the engine. So he went with a bigger and newer case. And on the last one, hopefully this one is standard as well, because it's got, as you can tell, there's no case savers, so it hasn't been machined, and it's got looking, I think this one is a single relief. All these other ones have dual relief, pressure relief for the oil, and this one just has one of them, so it's an early one. So, but it's got shorter studs in the middle, so it's been for a dual port. So maybe, hopefully it's still usable. It's got SIR stamp right here, and it's got looks like a 40 over stamp, so maybe it's machinable, and it's been tapped for full flow. Maybe it's been, it looks like it's been opened up. This is the cylinders, so hopefully maybe like a 1776 or 1835 or I don't think it's open up for 94s, because from this one to this one, it doesn't look like it, but I could be wrong. And on this side, it's all standard studs, so it looks like it's pretty stock, except for the fact that it's been modified for the full flow and pistons and cylinders. So we'll have all these checked out at the machine shop, and then we'll go from there. So hopefully with the cranks and rods and cases, they all get checked out, and then we'll have hopefully a future 4-engine build in this series of research and development with all the heads that I have. So we got our test carburetors, which are 48 IDAs. They're going to get checked out and to make sure everything's working. And so stay tuned, and always like and subscribe to the channel. And thank you for watching our channel. And right now we are in my storage unit. It's like 100 degrees hot in here, so it's time to wrap this up and see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.